Okay, this is day 2 CBA review. And let me just say that those of you that are at school, I'm very disappointed in the fact that so many of you aren't getting anything done. I'm home, not because I want to be, but because I had surgery on Monday. Okay, I gave you the expectations for the week, and I'm really sad that so many of you are taking advantage. So guess what you're going to be doing all next week? Yep, catching up. For all the time you decided that you didn't need to do work or play. I don't know what to say. I'm hurt. So, day 2 should be pretty quick so that you can work on the things that you've not been doing all week. A farmer has 893 and 7/10 pounds of seeds. He wants to plant an equal amount of seeds every day for 45 days. How many pounds of seeds will the farmer have to plant each day? This has already been covered. I shouldn't have to teach this. This is a review. Think about what you're doing. He has 893 and 7/10 pounds of seeds. He wants to plant an equal amount of seeds each day or every day. Same thing for 45 days. How many pounds of seeds will the farmer want to have to plant each day? You should have said 893 and 7/10 divided by 45 because he's going to plant an equal amount every day. So then you should have come to this side and made a tic-tac-toe board for 45. 45 plus 45 is 90. Plus 45 is 135. And all you have to do is keep adding 45 until you filled in your whole tic-tac-toe board. So yours should look like mine. $135 plus 45 is 180. 180 plus 45 is 225. 225 plus 45 is 270. 270 plus 45 is 315. 315 plus 45 is 360. And 360 plus 45 is 405. All right, now you're ready to divide. Bring the decimal to the top. And I don't care if you did this method or the box method. But 45 can't go into 8. There's not an 8. But it can go into 89. 90 is too big, so it's only going to go in there once. Put the 1 above the 9, put 45 underneath, and subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Bring down the 3. Now we're looking for 443. The closest I can get to 443 is this 405, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then subtract. 13 minus 5 is 8. 3 minus 0 is 3. Bring down the 7. Closest I can get is 360, which is times 7. Wait, times 8, sorry. Which is 360. Subtract. 7 minus 0 is 7. 8 minus 6 is 2. And then we can add a 0 and bring it down. Because we've only gone 2 places past the decimal. Or 1 place. So now we're going 2nd place. So 270 right there. Times 6. 1986. So if he wants to plant an equal amount of seeds every day, he will plant 19 86/100 pounds of seeds a day. 27. A chef used 190 and 4/10 ounces of rice to make 14 equal batches of a rice recipe. How many ounces of rice were there in each batch? You've done this problem before. This was in your last unit test. 190 4/10 divided by 14. Tic-tac-toe board for 14. 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 14 is 42. 42 plus 14 is 56. plus 14 is 70, plus 14 is 84, another 14 would make it 98, another 14 would make it 112, and one other 14 would make it 126. Okay, so I come into my problem and bring my decimal up. 14 can't go into 1. There's no 1 by itself. So we're going to look at 19. 14 goes into 19 just once. 9 minus 4 is 5. Bring down your 0. 14 will go into 50 3 times, which is 42. And then subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. 4 minus 4 is 0, so I'm going to leave that alone. Bring down the last 4. 14 will go into 84 6 times. Subtract, and I get 0. Here's where some of you miss. That says 13.6. Your numbers need to be in the same spot. 13.6. 1, 3, 6. When you're doing a griddable, you have to make sure that you put your numbers in the right location. Number 28. Patricia has 13 and 92/100 yards of string and is going to cut the string into 24 equal pieces. What's the length of each piece of string Patricia will cut? She has 13 and 92/100 yards of string. She's going to cut into 24 equal pieces. So we're going to divide by 24. What's the length of each piece of string? Well, before we divide, we need a tic-tac-toe board. 24 plus 24 is 48. Plus 24 is 72. Plus 24 is 96. Plus 24 is 120. Plus 24 is 144. Plus 24 is 168. Plus 24 is 192. Yep. And plus 24 is 216. So there's my tic-tac-toe board. 24 can't go into 1. 24 can't go into 13. I'm going to bring my decimal up. 23 can go into 139. 5 times. 1, 2, because 144 is too big. So I'm going to put 5 here and 120 underneath and subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down the 2. 24 will go into 192 right there. 8 times. 192 minus 192 is 0. So it would be 58/100 yards for each piece of string. $29. The school principal bought as many packages of pencils as he could with $86.52. Each package of pencil cost $15, including taxes. How many complete packages of pencils did the principal buy? $86.52. Each package was $15. We're looking for how many packages did he buy. We're not looking for the whole problem. How many complete packages? Remember, everything past the decimal is a partial. So 86/5200 divided by 15. Do your tic-tac-toe board for 15. 15 plus 15 is 30. Plus 15 is 45. Plus 15 is 60. Plus 15 is 75. Plus 15 is 90. Plus another 15 is 105. Add 15 to that, you get 120. And 15 to that, you get 135. Bring my decimal up. 15 will go into 86. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 6 is too many, right? 90 is too big. So 5 times 75. 6 minus 5 is 1. 8 minus 7 is 1. Bring down your 5. Well, you can stop right there because how many complete boxes are there? 5. Everything else can be a decimal number, so it's a partial. 3, 6, 7. 3, 6, 7 is too big, so it's got to go to 6. 10 minus 9 is 1. And then add a 0, bring it down. 120, 8. Okay, but really you stopped right here. The answer is C. Because it's looking for how many total complete packages of pencils taking principal I. He bought 5 complete packages. Number 30, the cost of the cell phone is $98.70. Y'all have seen several of these before. It can be purchased by making 15 equal monthly payments. How much would each monthly payment be? Well, it costs $98.70. You're going to break it into 15 payments. Okay. You can use the tic-tac-toe board from the last problem. 15 can't go into 9, but it can go into 98. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay, 15 times 6 is 90. Subtract, I get 8. Bring down the 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 90 is too big, so we're going to have to go back to the 75, so that's times 5. 15 times 5 is 75. Bring down the 0. 15 will go into 120, 3, 6, 7, 8 times. 6.58. So they're going to pay $6.58 every month for 15 months for their phone. Okay. A store owner has 67 and 9/5 pounds of candy. If she puts candy into 9 jars, how many pounds of candy will each jar contain? She has 67 and 9/5 pounds of candy. She's going to put it into 9 jars. This is another one you've seen before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't need this 10 down here because 9 times 10 is 90 and you don't use a 2-digit number when you divide. So 67.95 divided by 9 jars of candy. 9 jars we're going to separate it into. 9 won't go into 6, but it can go into 67. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 7 minus 3 is 4. Bring down the 9. 9 will go into 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's too many. So 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract and you get 4. Bring down the 5. 9 will go into 45. Same number. 9 times 5 is 45. So she has 67 and 9/5 pounds of candy. She's going to put it into 9 jars. And so she's going to have 7 pounds and 55 ounces in each jar. 7.55. Okay, notice I put the 7 on the left of the decimal and the 55 on the right. I didn't put 755 all over here because I have a decimal. You have to pay attention to your decimal numbers. Okay, slow down and pay attention to what you're doing. Some of you need to speed up and actually do the work. The rest of you, pay attention to what you're doing because you're making silly mistakes. Yesterday's assignment should have been super easy. It was more adding and subtracting and a little bit of multiplying. And I can't understand why it was so horrible. Karen paid $93.44 for 16 yards of fabric to use in her furniture repair business. If each yard of fabric cost the same amount, what was the cost of each yard of fabric? Guys, I just need you to focus on your work. $93.44 for 16 yards. How much did she pay for each yard? Okay, we're dividing 93 and 4400 divided by 16. You should have done a tic-tac-toe board for 16. Okay, so 16 plus 16 is 32. Plus 16 is 48. Plus 16 more is 64. 16 more makes it 80. Add another 16, you get 96. Then you add and get 112, 128, and 144. All right, bring my decimal up. 16 will go into 93 5 times, which is 80. And you get 13. Bring down your 4. 16 will go into 134 8 times, 128. Okay, 14 minus 8 is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 1. Is 0. All right, bring down the 4. 16 will go into 64 4 times. 5.84. So she paid $5.84 for each yard of fabric. All right, the next couple are models, so it should be pretty easy. 33, I disregarded. 34. The model shows 4 equal-sized holes. The part of the model containing X marks represents a fraction that is subtracted. They're even telling you you're subtracting from the shaded part. Which expression is represented by the model? Okay, so if you're looking at it, 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 hole models are shaded. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are shaded out of that one. Out of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3 and 8 20ths are shaded, right? 3 whole models, and then 8 out of 20. And then we're going to subtract. Now mark the 2 that are marked out. These are 2 holes because the whole model is completely shaded out. So we're going to subtract 2. And then only 1 of these is marked out of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I just need you to see that and visualize it. There's 1, 2, 3 shaded, and then 8 20ths of this one. That's your first fraction. The X's are your second fraction. This whole model is X'd out, and this whole model is X'd out, so that's 2 whole. This one model is X'd out of 4 columns. Only 1 out of 4 columns is marked out. So this would be your answer, which is F. Number 35. Jonathan, Sean, and Enrique shared a bag of soil to use in their garden. The model is shaded to show the fraction of the bag of soil each boy used. What fraction of the bag of soil did the 3 boys use in their gardens altogether? So I'm going to take Jonathan's and I'm going to make it Sean and Enrique's that look exactly the same. So I'm going to bring down to where everything is lined up and they are the same fractions. Now, all of them are exactly the same. They're all equivalent fractions. This is 2 shaded out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 out of 12. 3 out of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 12. So now you add the whole numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 12s are shaded. But let's look at the question. What fraction of the bag did the 3 boys use in the garden together? Well, what do you know about 9 over 12? So that's not an answer choice. Can 9 over 12 be reduced? Make you a GCF, or find the GCF actually, of 9 and 12. All right, you should have seen that they both have a 1, they both have a 3. The biggest number they both have in common is 3. So if you divide the top and the bottom by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Your answer is C. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I found the GCF by listing all the factors. That means multiplication facts that equal 9. Then I listed all the factors or multiplication facts that each equal 12. And I found the biggest factor that they both have in common. That's what Monday's lesson was about, those of you that were following along. All right, number 36. You've seen this one before. Newspaper advertisements can be 1/4 of a page, a half a page, or a full page. The shaded part of the model below shows the fraction of a page for 2 advertisements. So if you were to finish off this page, this is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. If you do it like this, this is a half and this is a half, right? And then the whole thing is one whole. How much is shaded right now? 3/4. Okay. 37. Which model is shaded to best represent the expression below? 3/10 plus 2/5. Which one of these models is the same? Think about your denominators. Your denominators have to be the same. 3/10, 2/5. How can I make those pictures be the same? So which one of those pictures looks like 3/10 and 2/5? All right, what's common between 5 and 10? You should have said 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4. So you're looking for a picture that has 3/10 plus 4/10. 1, 2, 3 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That means A's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2/10. That's 3/10 and 2/10. 2/5 is not the same as 2/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3/10, 4/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7/10 wasn't even a part of it, was it? Okay, all you had to do was make equivalent fractions with your denominators and figure out which picture matches. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing for down here. 3/10 and 2/5. Oh, wait, same problem, innit? Same answer. Should have been easy. 39. You've seen this one before as well. Miss Ollie collected notebook paper from her students at the beginning of the school year. The model is shaded to show the fraction of this notebook paper that Miss Ollie used in each of the 3 months. What fraction of the notebook paper Miss Ollie collected was used during these 3 months? Draw that on your paper and make your equivalent fractions. Or just look at the fractions and solve the problem, whichever works. Okay, so if you wanted to make equivalent, you could have just done this. It's not always going to be beautiful, but it's the same. We're making all the fraction bars look exactly the same. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 out of 8. 2 out of 8. And 4 out of 8. Now all I have to add is the numerators. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. That's 7/8. Okay, use the pictures that are given. Those are your equivalent fractions. All you have to do is fill them in like I did. Okay. All right, do that for number 40. You've also seen this one. Kara and Marcus shared a candy bar. The models are shaded to show the fractions of the candy bar each of them ate. What fraction of the candy bar did Kara and Marcus eat all together? Okay, so I'm going to make equivalent fractions using the model that I already have. Instead of trying to solve and maybe making a mistake, I'm going to make my pictures the same. Marcus ate 3 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 3 out of 12 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Kara had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8 out of 12. All right, so let's look at the question again. Kara and Marcus shaded a candy bar. The models are shaded to show the fraction of the candy bar, each of them 8. Kara ate 8/12, Marcus ate 3/12. What fraction of the candy bar did Kara and Marcus eat all together? So that means we're adding. 8 plus 3 is 11. The denominator is 12. You should have picked F. Okay, 41. You've seen this one before too. The shaded part of the model represents a fraction. Another fraction was subtracted from the first fraction. Which expression does the model represent? So remember, you're going to look at the shaded part first, and then you have to visualize the rest of it. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 15 are shaded. And then they're going to subtract. Well, if you look at the X's, remember what I said? The X is marking out the whole column. That's 2 columns marked out of 3, 4, 5 total columns. 11/15 minus 2/5, which would be D. 11 out of 15 were shaded. 2 columns out of 5 were marked out. Okay, it's all about visualization. 42 and 43 I skipped because I did not like the question. So 44, Vanna used the fraction strips shown to help her determine the difference between 5, 6, and 1/4. 5, 6, and 1/4 means subtract. Solve it. Okay, you could use the fraction strips, or you could have just solved the problem. The common denominator is going to be 12. All right? 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. 10 minus 3 is 7. The denominator is 12. Your answer should have been G. All right, now we're into order of operations. We're going to quickly go through. You do everything in parentheses first. After everything in the parentheses is done, then you're working from left to right, doing all the multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. Okay. The first one, it tells you what to do. Here's your problem. So you're going to start by solving 8 times 16.95. So 16.95 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 8 is 72. 3, 4, 7, that's 76. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 7 is 55. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Sorry. There's your decimal with 2 places. So I'm going to go over and I get 135.6 minus 7.50. Okay, so I solved this. Here's that answer. Minus 7.5. Right? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to subtract 7.5. You can add the 0. It's fine. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down the decimal. 5 minus 7 I can't do, so I have to borrow. 15 minus 7 is 8. Bring down my 2. Bring down my 1. 128, 10. The answer was C. Sorry, there you go. Okay, got it? All right, next one. Simplify the expression. Order of operations says you do parentheses first, so you're going to start with this. So you're going to come over to the side, 2.003 and then 4.1. Remember, we have to line up all the decimals and then fill in the holes with zeros. 301.6. Then we're going to bring 315.03 minus 6.103 plus 211.09. So I rewrote the problem. I solved this and put it right here, and then I brought this over and I brought this down, okay? All I have left is a subtraction and addition, and I have to go in order from left to right. So you're going to start by subtracting that and then adding the last piece. Okay, 3 minus is going to become 2, and 10. 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. Bring down the 2. 0 minus 1 you can't do, so you have to borrow. 10 minus 1 is 9. Bring down the decimal. 4 minus 6 we can't do, so we have to borrow. 14 minus 6 is 8. Bring down the 0. Bring down the 3. So 308.927. 308.927. And now we're going to add 211.09. So now we're going to solve that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put 211.09 underneath this. Fill in the hole, and now I'm going to add 8, 9, 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 520.017 H. $47. Solve. Okay, solve it. Okay, so order of operation says we're going to start from left to right within the parentheses. So we have to do 52.5 divided by 7. So I'm going to come down here, 52.5, sorry, divided by 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 3, bring down the 5. 7 times 5 is 35. So you get 7.5 plus 29 minus 0.5. That's still in parentheses. Divide by 3 times 2 times 3. Turn it down some more. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're still in the parentheses. So now we're going to have addition and subtraction. So we're going to start with addition. 7.5 plus 29. 29 is a whole number, so it has to go in front of a decimal. 5. 9 plus 7 is 16. 2 plus 1 is 3. So now you have 36.5 minus 0.5 divided by 3 times 2 times 3. So now we've got to finish this last little bit. 36 and 5/10 minus 5/10. 5 minus 5 is 0. So your answer is just 36. Bring down your division sign. 3 times 2 times 3. So now we're going to solve this parentheses. 3 times 2 is 6. 36 divided by parentheses 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. So now 36 divided by 18. 18 will go into 36 2 times. So your answer should have been the whole number 2. All right, number 48. 48 is a little different. It says, which of the following could be a step used to simplify this expression? It's not asking you to solve the whole expression. It just wants to know what would one of the steps be. So you are going to have to work it until you find one of the steps that matches. Okay, so if you look at it, order of operations says parentheses first. Well, we've got brackets, so we still have to do the parentheses inside the brackets. 5 minus 3 is 2. So we're going to bring down the 10, the plus, bracket, 8 divided by 2 times 6.5 minus 1 2/10, close the bracket. That's not one of our options yet, so we're going to do the next step. Inside the bracket, we're going to work from left to right. 8 divided by 2. So we'll bring down the 10, the plus, open the bracket. 8 divided by 2 is 4 times 6 5/10 minus 1 2/10. Close the bracket. All right, so look, I have a 10 plus 8 divided by 13. That should have been a no. 10 plus 4 times 5.3. Nope, that means you subtracted first, and that was a no. 10 plus 4 times 6.5 minus 1.2. Okay, that's good. 8 divided by 5. No. That means your answer should have been H. All you had to do was solve it until you found the matching problem. Okay? All right. 49. Start with inside the bracket, inside the parentheses. 0.07 plus 2. 2 is a whole number, so it's going to go in front. So that means it's 2.07. 87.305 plus bracket 8.4 minus the answer we got when we added is 2.07 plus 4. All right. Inside the bracket, what are you going to do first? Subtract. All right, finish out the problem. What did you get? A, B, C, or D? All right, the next thing you should have done was 8 4/10 minus 2.07. Fill in the hole with a 0. 0 minus 7 doesn't work, so you borrowed. 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring down the 3. Bring down the decimal. 8 minus 2 is 6. So you should have got 6.33 plus 4. Put that inside the brackets. And then bring down the rest of the problem. All right, 6.33 plus 4. 4 is a whole number. So that means all you did was add 6 plus 4. And you got 10 33/100. Bring down the plus sign. And then bring down 87 305 thousandths. Now all you have to do is add. 87.305, 10.33. Fill in the hole. 536 decimal 79. 97.635. Your answer was D. And the last one, what is the value of the expression? This one, remember, anytime you have a number next to a bracket or a number next to a parentheses, it means to multiply. So what's your answer going to be? F, G, H, or J? The first thing you should have done was 1 2/10 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3 with a decimal. 16 bracket 8.5 minus 3.6, close the bracket, divide by 4. This one was on one of your tests as well. Now you should have subtracted 8 5/10 minus 3 6/10. See all the work I've done on the side of the paper? This is what you should have done. 7, 5 becomes 15. Okay, 15 minus 6 is 9. Bring down the decimal. Subtract and get 4. So now it's 16 bracket 4.9. Now I'm keeping it in brackets because what does a bracket next to a division number mean? We said it means multiply. So that means 16 times 4.9 divided by 4. So that means I have to multiply this before I can do the divide by 4. So 49 times 16. Now I've put in my decimal. 9 times 6 is 54. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 5 is 29. Tick, tack, O. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 4 is 4. 9 plus 9 is 18. 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got 784. And I have one decimal, so I need one decimal spot. So you get 78 4/10. Now bring down the divide, 4. So now you have to take 784, or 78 4/10, and divide it by 4. If you need a tic-tac-toe board for 4, so be it. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, and 36. It helps do it. Bring the decimal to the top when we're dividing. 4 will go into 7. 8's too big, so it's only going to go in there once. 1 times 4 is 4. If you take 7 and you subtract 4, you have 3 left over. Bring down your 8. 4 will go into 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Subtract and you get 2. Bring down your 4. 4 will go into 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract and you get 0. 19 6/10. Okay, guys. I told y'all I gave you these ed puzzles to keep you busy so that you would get your work done for Miss Bond. And I hate that I have to say that I'm disappointed that some of you have not gotten anything done. That tells me that next week you'll be working. While everybody that's finished will get to play and have some fun games, you will be working. Because I can't trust that y'all are going to take care of business. You have your CBA tomorrow. I expect you to do well. I expect you to finish that CBA. You have 2 hours. That's all you have. Anything not finished, I will count wrong. You will not get extra time unless it's specifically stated. Those of you that do get extra time, you know who you are, and I will talk to you separately. But guys, you have wasted all week. You knew what was expected of you. You knew what I wanted. You knew what I had asked you, and I even showed you everything that you were doing. And some of you made the choice not to get things done. Those of you that are virtual, thank you for keeping up with your work and getting your stuff done. You will have your CBA on Friday as well. I will send you a message letting you know if you have your time for face-to-face on Friday so that you can be monitored. Okay? Those of you that have been working, thank you. You will be rewarded.